it's whooped here. So some of y'all tuned in over the weekend and saw that we was taking out the transmission out of Sallie Mae. You see Sallie Mae up in the air in the background there. Here, we'll flip it around and show you what the deal was. So, basically, that is the old transmission there. It is a Turbo 400. If anybody happens to have a Turbo 400 that needs to be rebuilt and you have a good case, I would be interested in selling this. It has a forward manual valve body, Raybestos clutches, and all upgraded internals like the sprags and all the hard parts. I'm not a transmission guy, so I can't sit here and name them all off. But basically, the bell housing cracked for some reason from here all the way down to there. I pulled the transmission out. I took it to a gentleman who was supposedly be able to weld it all back together, which, I mean, it's not supposedly. He did weld it together. However, you can see, like, it just was not penetrated correctly. There was lots of impurities in this casting, lots of oil that had soaked into it over the years. So at any rate, you can see some of this fresh weld up there that snapped in half. But at any rate, this should be on there like that. So this is worthless, you know, case and all that, but it's got all good internals. I wound up just buying me a brand new Hughes transmission. So that's what I wound up doing. I just wound up buying a complete new unit. I didn't feel like fighting with it anymore. Had to replace that one steel line there, and it wound up snapping off. But I wound up going just another fresh, brand new transmission. I don't know that much about the insides of them. You know, I just know I didn't feel like spending more money, more thousands of dollars, and still having something fucked up. I figured if I was already going to go spend thousands, I would just get one that was already done and ready to go. Amazingly enough, this has cured a shitload of problems for me. We were having a real nasty vibration. Apparently it was because that bell housing was cracked and nobody knew it. The crack it had was really hard to see at first. You know, like, I happened to catch it because the Bendix had gone bad on my starter. So I pulled the starter out and happened to notice the crack was like right here, you know, and it went up all the way through and around, well, at least up to the 12 o'clock position. But I got it welded together. It didn't last 40 minutes or 40 miles, I'm sorry. Well, kind of both the same thing. And luckily, that broke off the rest of the way only a mile from my house. So I was able to cut in and get her home back into the garage. There are the new meats that she's riding on. We got the Falcon RT 660s. So we're all ready for autocross now. I just talked to my boy Peter. We're going to be putting Sallie Mae back on the dyno probably this weekend or next. Again, since the transmission was cracked, we don't know how long it's been cracked, and we were having all kinds of issues with it spitting transmission fluid and doing other funky things last time I was on the dyno. I'm going to go with it wasn't putting down all the torque and horsepower it's supposed to, because either shit was spreading or doing other funky shit. I don't know. But either way, we've got all that bullshit corrected. We got everything working like it's supposed to now. You know, transmission shifts good, nice and firm. We ain't got no more leaks, no other dumb stuff. The other thing I added is, since the headers broke, like basically this header right here, on the last one, it had cracked. fucking like right here, like right at the weld. It fucking snapped it off. So I wound up putting in some small flex pipes on each side to give the exhaust a little bit of wiggle jiggle, so that way it can flex and move and hopefully not break that. Because on the driver's side, it actually broke the, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it broke number 3, right at the top of the cylinder head, like right as where it met. So, any rate, looks like everybody's tuning in, tuning out, whatever. Nobody's leaving no comments, so fuck y'all. You know, the MagnaFlow exhaust, all 2.5-inch stainless steel. But yeah, any rate, Sally Mae's doing a whole lot better. We're going to get her back on the dyno. We're going to try all that stuff out. But yeah, that right there is disappointing. Basically, I don't know, a few years back, I paid to have the transmission rebuilt. And unfortunately, it's like the 4th time over, I don't know, since 1998. Because like, if y'all don't believe me, here we go. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, it says 4/8/1997. You got a G up there. I promise you, it used to say Gary's, but over the years, their engraving has worn down. But basically, I've had this transmission a long fucking time. It's been gone through 3 or 4 different times by 3 or 4 different individuals. The last time it was supposed to have gotten all the goodies and super badass stuff, but each time somebody went in there, they kept saying there was something else wrong with the case, something else wrong with the case, but it should be fine. Well, nobody happened to say, "What's up, Miriam?" But yeah, nobody happened to say anything about the bell housing. Well, the bell housing is what gave up the ghost. But like I said earlier in the video, if anybody has a Turbo 400 that they need to rebuild, this has all brand new racing guts, manual valve body, Raybestos clutches, but the case is no good. So if anybody wants to make me an offer on that thing, you can get you everything you need and just swap it over into your good case. I called Summit to ask them how much for a damn new case, and they said $1,800. Needless to say, I got fully built transmission already ready to go for $2,700. So, you know, to me, I wasn't going to spend $1,800 for a new case and try and hope to God that all that stuff worked out fine. You know, for someone who already has a case, the $400 I would take for this thing, I mean, that's worth it. That's a damn sure good gamble. Let's walk over to the AC machine real quick. Working on some customer shit right now. I think we're filling up the source tank. So what's everybody doing today? It's Monday. Recharged bottle is empty or disconnected. All right, well, we sucked out everything that it had. All right, we'll end that procedure. All right. So we're filling up the AC machine here. It says this thing is empty. It is most definitely empty. This is a little Nissan Sentra. All right. That's one thing I don't like about this Male AC machine. Instead of having a separate hose to fill up the machine, they give you this stupid ass adapter. And I can see that adapter getting lost. Like, I don't know. But most machines have already got the shit already on there. Set up. Come on. Hang on, I gotta switch hands here. And use my strong hand. Alright. Anyway. So Miriam's the only one that's gonna say hi, huh? Everybody else? Nobody? Okay, cool. It's fine. Fine. Don't say hi. See you guys. Alright, so we're going to do the AC service on this thing. I'm actually going to hop my ass off of here. All I wanted to do is, let everybody know that the transmission did get put in. We have got to go driving around. Salome is feeling fantastic, wonderful, like $1 million bucks. Fucking a million times better than it was. So, anyway, hope y'all have a good day. Check y'all later. Bye.